Right now we have Sarah Bales with us, and the whole crew from the APL. That's kind of interesting, getting everybody in and everybody else and out and getting the cameras situated. And so you'll probably be a little easier.
I hope so.
You're not going to start trying to climb on the
drooling,
table?
Yeah.
Okay. I noticed you were doing a little drooling, but you probably got it all taken care of.
All good now.
So I wanted you on the show for one primary reason.
Okay.
And is that I wanted, part of my bucket list, I wanted to see you when you weren't cold.
Yes.
Because
both times you've come out, Christmas, it was really bad. It was the light up the town for Geneva.
Right. And that's when you have, what do they call those with the
luminary event.
Yeah, I cannot remember the luminaries.
The luminary. And it was spit and wind and rain and ice, and then the Easter Fest.
That was worse.
It was sunny at least.
It was sunny, but it was like 22 degrees for Easter.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. So we were, bundled up out at the memorial field, gloves, hats, and you came out again, and we were cold. So.
Yeah, it was. And the little girls there, they've got the Grape Jamboree in Geneva. There's like 400 people that win that are like junior miss and whatever, and they all got their.
They're all bundled up. With their capes,
some of them weren't though, but I don't know. They were just
freezing. And the parade took forever to get started. So
yeah.
We were waiting for all the groups to come, and they got there like first. So they're sitting out there on the back of their trailer, and it took probably a half hour. Finally, we get going. Well, the parade still takes another 15 minutes. Then they get there, so they're sitting out there in the cold for an hour easily. But it worked out well.
Yeah, I mean it's a nice event, and then we can get into all the different activities. But then they have the Easter egg hunt and all that kind of stuff at the old memorial field.
Right.
Speaking of it, this probably doesn't have anything to do with you, but do they have all of that? Do you know if they have all that playground equipment set up there?
Slowly. I don't know if it's complete yet. Last I saw, they were in the works.
Okay.
So I don't know if 100% it's up and active, but I know that they are working on it.
People on this side of the county will remember it from North Kingsville Elementary.
Really?
Yeah, that's where it was, in North Kingsville School.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
They closed the school like a few years ago, and they want to sell the property, and they told the Geneva Recreation Department. Well, there was some discussion of it. From what I understand, I talked to Doug Starkey at some point, city manager, and he said that at some point North Kingsville said, if you guys want this stuff, come get it, and Geneva got a bunch of volunteers and bought trucks. And
well, that's awesome.
Yeah, because it's nice stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know the background of it, but I did see it sitting there when they were putting it together one time, and it is nice quality.
I crawled around on that stuff.
A long time ago, huh?
No, not that long ago.
Or more recent.
To tell you the truth, I think the last time I was on it would have been 2 years ago. 2 years ago in August, maybe.
Huh. The slide, the swing.
Yeah.
Everything.
Well, I got grandkids, and you can either sit there and watch them, or you can get up there and they go down the slide, so you jump on the slide, go down right after them. I'm coming to hit you. I'm going to come after you. And
or they get stuck and you need to go home.
And then you got to whack into them to get them to go.
Yeah.
That's right. Children's Services are going to be investigating me again here. Now that we've exhausted all of that, let's talk.
Anyways.
Yes. Meanwhile, back on the ranch, Connect 534.
Yes.
And we've kind of touched on this with we've had the Harpersfield trustees in before, and we had Jim Pearson on, and he talked about it a little bit.
Right.
And I think even Jim Hockaday did.
Did he? He's with Conneaut now, huh?
He's city manager now, so you can like go down the street and pop in and say hi if you want to.
Yeah. I have to.
But it's kind of all part of the consortium, the group that works together.
Right.
Between Harpersfield, Geneva Township, and Geneva on the Lake.
Correct. In 2012, there was a corridor study, and we are the marketing and event side of what came about of this study. We're working through Harpersfield Township, all along State Route 534, into the city of Geneva, downtown Geneva, Geneva Township, through Geneva on the Lake right now. And hopefully we'll branch out, we'll build into different communities, Right now it's part-time, so hopefully it will go full-time, a little more active in the community, so I'm out and about more often. But it's been, so far we're a year and a half in, and the response has been great. Obviously it's a positive thing. You know, we're working with all the businesses. We're building community type of events.
Yeah.
For example, the Easter Fest. So everything's a positive light. You know, we're just trying to build it and grow so more people understand who we are versus the CVB or, you know, just another business. We're marketing and events.
Now, does it start at I-90 or are you like a little bit south? Is it started in
further south into Harpersfield?
Yeah,
and we can branch out a little bit.
You got all those wineries and everything
right.
before you get to I-90.
Right. We branch off on 307 a little bit, and South River Road.
Right, because there's wineries.
They're all over.
Wineries all over.
But for the most part, it's this pocket of 534. I mean, we're not solely on that.
It's not like right down 534.
Yeah, I can branch off a little bit, but the goal is to really build it, and then they'll be further out on both ends, and maybe even into Conneaut one day.
So what for people that don't know all the routes and everything, 534, if you get off, you're going down I-90 and you get off at the Geneva exit where you're in Harpersfield, that's 534. So if you hang a left, there's wineries and stuff. If you hang a right, you're eventually going into Geneva, and if you keep going, you go through downtown Geneva and into...
Right. It's funny, every time I say...
Geneva on the Lake, Geneva Township, Geneva on the Lake, down to the Strip.
Yep. Every time I say Connect 534, people look a little confused. And then you say State Route 534, and they go, oh,
yes,
I've heard of you, or oh, I know what that's about. So it's just building that brand of understanding what we're doing. But it does lead into 531, so we're having a little branding playing on words right now and kind of figuring out moving forward where we want to go. Do we continue with Connect? You know, how do we build our brand?
534-31.
Yeah.
Dash 307.
Right, just adding all
Dash 20.
Exactly. So we're just working on that, moving forward into 2016 after this summer season's been hopping, except for the weather. So we're, trying to get out and about as much as we can. We have our summer saving rack cards, which highlights 30 different businesses. Did you get one?
No.
Actually, I'll leave these with you.
Okay.
Every business that wanted to participate is
so you got coupons off.
Yeah. So they're doing some type of special or discount.
You got Scribblers in there.
Scribblers is in there.
Everybody loves Scribblers here.
Everybody loves Scribblers.
Let's go to Geneva and go to Scribblers.
Yep. I was there yesterday.
Yeah. Bob's Food Court, and I didn't even know I had one. Maybe it's a different Bob.
Yeah, Bob from Geneva on the Lake.
Yeah. Adventure Zone?
Yeah.
Oh, buy one adventure. Oh, yeah.
So different discounts and getting, the community to understand who we are. It explains.
Ferrante.
Yeah.
I haven't been there for a while. I'll have to go see Nick Ferrante sometime. Yeah, I'm sorry. These are 534 off at Ferrante's. That's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it is.
And do you still do the 534? You used to do the 534 lunches, like.
This is a spin-off of it.
Okay.
We'll go back to that probably in the fall when there's not so many people out, because $5.34 for a lunch is very affordable.
Yeah.
But that's just a play on with more businesses, and then we'll do the...
Yeah, because it's not all restaurants.
Right.
Hardware stores.
Right. Try to get as many community businesses involved as we can. We've grown. Last year we had 17. This year I think 31. Next year hopefully 50.
Yeah. And correct me if I'm wrong, what this all ends up being is that you guys are promoting 534 in that area and all of the businesses, and maybe attracting more businesses, and doing it by having activities like the Easter parade or the lady throwing the fire at Christmas. And speaking of Christmas, they like it at Connect 534 Christmas so much they're not even going to wait till December.
We're not waiting again.
No.
Well, with the winter we had, it just prolonged, and we've been thinking about it so much that we're doing Christmas in July. So July 20th through 26th, we're doing a whole bunch of different activities. Comedy night at Pairings, when we'll be dressed up in Christmas sweaters, and it's only $20. You get a glass of wine. Fun for the adults to come out. We do a lot of kids activities, so this will be something different. during the Geneva sidewalk sale. The Geneva Business Association does that. We'll do pictures with Santa. And it won't be your typical Santa. I think he'll have a
like
little,
Bermuda shorts or something?
something fun. Maybe a surfboard in the background.
Yeah.
So we're trying to spin it off. There's Christmas in July everywhere, but we want to do something different and unique for us. There'll be movies at Memorial Field with a Christmas tree and some Christmas lights. So that's our fun Christmas in July week.
What else you do? What other things you have throughout
that week?
Well, or just you can that week and
that week we have a ton. High Tide Tavern down at Geneva on the Lake. She does a big Christmas in July party, so we're helping promote that. Ferrante is going to be doing their spiced wine, which is a seasonal favorite, so they'll be promoting that. Bunch of different activities for that week. July 19th, right before that week, we're doing another art show at the Lodge Resort, which will be, I think we have 9 different Ohio artists coming out. And we'll be doing it out in the back, weather permitting, of course, along their walkway that leads to the gazebo out at the lodge. So if the weather holds up, we'll be outside. If not, we'll be inside. But either way, it'll be a nice event.
They got a little bit of room in there.
A little bit of room, yeah. So even if it has to be inside, it'll still be nice. But I hope that we can pull it off and be outdoors. It's a coastal theme, so we have a lot of beach glass and driftwood and photography of forests and lakes and all that kind of stuff. And then we have a Zumbathon coming up again, which actually the APL, it's to support the APL and the Geneva Food Bank. So cool things, community things, different type of events to keep it for different types of people, branch off and do different things. So.
What else you have after July? Do you do things all year round?
All year round. So the Zumbathon is August 30th.
So what is that way you like?
You dance. It's called Dancing in the Streets. And it's actually, if you're familiar with Scribbler's Coffee Company, if you're looking at Scribbler's, to the left of them is a big open parking lot in the back.
All right.
We have a big speaker and the ladies dance on a trailer and you dance with them, and it's 2 hours of just constant, it's a workout basically.
Oh.
And it's Zumba. So it's like a Latin.
Yeah.
It's fun. $10 donation or bag of non-perishable food items to go to the APL for the money towards pets and the food towards Geneva Food Pantry. Another big thing we're doing this fall is Appleganza. We did this last year and it was based on focusing on the orchards. We had Robinson's Apple Barn come out. This year we're going to do it down at Adventure Zone.
Oh,
and we are going to have the Great Lakes Timber Show come out, and they do log rolling, wood carving, big fun activity, and we'll also have apple bobbing and just different activities. If the weather doesn't cooperate, we have the arcade, and we'll take things inside at Adventure Zone. But if all goes well, they'll be doing the log rolling in their bumper boat pool. So that will be pretty cool for the kids to watch these lumberjacks out in the bumper boat pool running on logs. But that will be focused on apples. All the businesses that
get to the core of things.
There you go. Good play on words.
Yeah. Once in a while.
Right. So last year we had about 20 different businesses participate. They do something apple focused. So we'll do that again, and then we'll do a big event at Adventure Zone to kick off. They're done.
Apple.
Yeah, Apple phones or Apple iPad. Yeah, there you go. That's a different Apple.
Oh, okay.
But that's our big event to look forward to this fall. And then we'll just keep pushing. We'll do the Light Up the Town again in Christmas. We'll do more painting events. We do a lot of different musicians hosted at different places. And hopefully get it.
The concerts they have in Geneva, is that you guys? Is that something?
No, that's the Geneva Rec Department. Mikey Anderson.
Okay.
She kind of coordinates all that, but that's the city of Geneva.
Right.
But I help promote because it's local. You know, you want to get people out to that pavilion there. They do those Thursday nights, I think 7 or 7:30. They're doing one of those during the Christmas in July, so we'll have Christmas tree and some lights, and hopefully they'll sing some Christmas carols.
I don't know.
Don't want to think about that yet.
Yeah.
Huh? But it'll be fun for the kids.
Oh,
They're not thinking Christmas snow like we are thinking.
Unless you mess up their minds. Mommy, it's been 3 days since we saw Santa Claus.
Where are my presents? Yeah. That I didn't even think about that. So, but it'll be a fun week, you know.
All right. As I was saying when we were off the air, but
Yes.
I didn't know we were off the air.
The background of Connect 534.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it was part of a corridor study. And then a lot of communities got together and said, hey, we want to build this, you know, marketing.
The study said we had the potential for more businesses,
exactly,
more industry.
More industry, right. So.
But you got to market it.
Got to market it. So, the Lodge, Eric Franz at the Lodge, Geneva on the Lake Visitors Bureau, Geneva Township, downtown Geneva, at the time was Jim Pearson and Jennifer Brown. Now I work with Doug quite often. Ohio Wine Producers actually jumped on board because at the time I had been working for them, and they are huge in Northeast Ohio with all the wineries. So Daniela Winchell, who has been a huge mentor for me, jumped on board as well. And then we had Asheville County Visitors Bureau, who was Mark Winchell at the time. So they created this board, and they met regularly and said, hey, we want to, you know, create this position, start marketing the area, building events. For instance, Winterfest that downtown Geneva hosts. Not take that over, but help promote it.
Right.
We don't want to take over Grape Jamboree, we want to help promote Grape Jamboree. And same with what Geneva on the Lake has going on. We don't want to take over the Rib Fest, we want to help promote the Rib Fest, and then hopefully build other events to get people out to the community. The CDC, Civic Development Corporation, helped fund the first 12 months, as well as the CFA. So this,
what's the CFA?
Convention Facility Authority, I think. It's probably on the back of this.
Hold on, folks, because we know you want to know.
I know.
What the world needs now is another acronym.
I think it's Conventions Facility Authority. No. Okay. Something along those lines.
I think FFA is the Future Farmers of America, if that helps. So.
It's not the FFA, I know that much. Anyways, they got together, built this, you know, board, met regularly, and then they said, hey, let's hire somebody. It can only be part-time right now for the funds that they had, because they all pitched in a certain amount.
And so that's you.
And that was me. And I was going to these webinars in the city that were talking about city development, and I saw that slowly they were creating this position while I was chiming in, and then I said, hey, I think that's, you know, what I want to apply for. And they said, you don't even need to apply, let's do it. Worked out really well. So far we're a year and a half in, and we're actually meeting again today, just brainstorming. We want to, you know, build our brand, branch it off, become bigger and better, naturally. So I couldn't thank the board enough. And, you know, we've had some people leave and some people go, and it's all been positive things for me, at least. So that's where we're at right now, and hopefully we'll get other communities involved so that we can keep pushing and get the word out, and people will understand who we are, versus being very confused when they hear Connect 534. And
so what would your goals be besides like promoting the area and stuff? Are you like, do you do things like to try to get businesses in, or just create an atmosphere that people are going to want to get there, to locate there?
Right now, it's more of an atmosphere, events and marketing.
We got a call.
Oh, we got a call.
Ooh. Hello, you're on the air.
Yes, is this Pat Williams show?
It is.
Can we make an announcement of moving sale?
Make it, if you can make it real brief.
Okay.
Are you interested in the moving sale?
Yeah, I think my wife called the other day.
Oh, wait, on Amboy or on Gore Road?
I can't hardly hear you.
Is this on Gore Road?
Anyways, we're having a garage or a moving sale.
Okay.
Today's the last day. It's at 3981 Gore Road.
Right.
Called it.
Okay.
On the North Kingsville end.
Right.
Okay.
All right. Today till 5 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
All right. Furniture, hand tools, and a bit of everything. Thank you.
Thank you.
I could have announced that today so they wouldn't have to call, but...
Hey, it's a community event.
Yeah, that's
there you
right,
go.
that's right.
Get out there and shop
If you
local.
took, well, I was gonna say if you took Route 20, you could go down Gore Road and then kind of maneuver around and come out somewhere in North Kingsville and continue back toward Geneva. And by noon or so, you'd be home.
Noon or so, yeah. Actually, I'm gonna take a trip to the harbor. And I'm gonna stop at Harbor Park, visit Kelly for a little bit, and then take Lake Road all the way back to the lodge, and that's where we're meeting this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
So I'm gonna make my way down Lake Road.
So you'll see Eric?
I will see Eric today.
I saw Eric at the Ashby Arts Center the other day.
Did you?
Plays, yeah.
He's a good man. I like Eric.
Yeah.
He's
We kind
good
of waved.
Right. Anyways, where were we?
We were talking about like the goals of Connect
The
534.
goals, yeah. We want to get the businesses involved a little more, and we're working on it. That's why we're meeting again today. Since we're so new, we've been just, broad and working with the community, but we think there's other ways of marketing the businesses more, and taking this as a marketing, initiative, so people understand us more versus, the Visitors Bureau.
Mm-hmm.
They do something different than what we do, and we work together. But I think there's different avenues we can take with the businesses and getting them on board and seeing value in us, and vice versa. So when people are visiting or the local community wants to look for something to do, they can come through us, and we can help them find events at the businesses.
How does Spire enter into all of this? Because that is a humongous.
It is huge.
Yeah.
We've had a couple brainstorming ideas for different events. They haven't fully panned out yet, but I see huge potential with Spire.
Yeah.
Right now there hasn't been too much involvement, but I do think that there should be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping in 2016 we can get some things going.
I was at the Urban Meyer thing, the camp.
Yeah.
And a woman there, I can't remember, she handed me her card and she thanked me profusely for being there, but there's like 1,000 other media. So.
Right.
But I mean, that was nice. She's happy to see people there. She gave me a card, so I don't know if they're going to be a little more media savvy. I mean, I've had problems not in the past where I said I'd like to do a story on this or that, and they'd say, "Oh, we'll get back to you."
Well, I heard they hired a marketing director.
So that's probably who that is.
Was she a younger girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I know she just graduated from Ohio State, I believe. So that will be someone to be in contact with, because I think that they're going to be taking more marketing routes, which is good.
Right.
It should be,
Yes.
So hopefully we can connect with them and work with them as well.
And I don't know what they do, so I'm not saying they don't, but integrate with the community.
Right. I agree.
All right, so we're not going to have an argument about that.
No, we're on
If
the
we
same page
didn't,
there.
we'd have to have like an arm wrestling, and whoever won would have been
I
right.
prefer thumb.
Thumb? Okay. Casey Kozlowski was in here Monday, the county commissioner.
Yep.
And one of the things we touched upon was the Republican National Convention.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys got anything taking the partisanship away from it and how Jeb Bush or whatever, or Trump and what he thinks of the Mexicans, taking all that out of the equation. No, there should be a big draw and he said that there was at least one place in the county that's already booked for July of 2015. My guess, he didn't say, but my guess would be the Lodge.
Yeah.
Lodge would be logical.
That would be logical. I don't know as much out here, because I actually live in Lake County. But
Okay.
I will tell you, out there, it's just crazy. I keep seeing things left and right. So I only imagine that people, even households, I've been seeing so many households that are getting booked to live in. And people are going and living elsewhere so that, these Republican parties can come in town and stay. So I imagine the Lodge is going to be crazy busy.
Yeah.
Around that time.
And all of the hotels, and
right.
Off in Harpersfield and
Maybe,
Austenburg.
and maybe even the cabins down at the lake. I don't know what they'll do, but if they have them available, why not?
Right, and they know now when the convention is going to be to hold them.
Right, and we have such a beautiful area. Even if Geneva on the Lake's not still open, we have all the wineries and stuff to do out here. So I hope for our sake, it really builds some recognition of who we are and what we're doing.
Casey said that there is a committee in this county, and it's bipartisan as to how to promote it, how to get some of the media, because there will be some media at the Republican National Convention in Cleveland, and how to get maybe get them away from what's going on with the Bushes and the Trumps and Dr. Carson and all those guys, and maybe get them over here to look at a winery or look at things that are going on here, looking at D-Day and Conant. And,
so you're saying I need to get with Casey on that?
Oh, I don't know. No, I was wondering if your committee was looking into that kind of stuff.
No, honestly, I haven't heard much about it, but I
mean, that would be a time to have something or some razzle dazzle.
Absolutely.
You know, Christmas in July. Santa with a donkey nose. Not donkey. Elephant nose. Yeah.
Elephant. Yeah. Yeah. We should probably talk. I'll meet with Casey on that because I have been meaning to touch base with him about some other things that he's got going on, and he's a good voice for what's going on.
He lights up when you talk about that.
Oh yeah, he does. I met him last year before he won, and he's a nice guy. Very nice guy.
So have you noticed like an impact that the Connect 534?
I will say, and it took a little while to get Harpersfield Township on board, but as soon as we did, it just opened so many doors. I mean, we have so many different wineries out that way, and working with Chops and Best Friends Restaurant, and Geneva Chiropractic Clinic has sponsored our Light Up the Town, and they're technically in Harpersfield as well. As soon as we branched off a little more and got people to understand, I had to go to one of their trustee meetings, and I don't think they understood where we were trying to really take this. And as soon as we got Harpersfield on board, it really broadened what we're doing.
I bet.
We were able to work with more businesses and connect different wine tours and connect different, promotions that they have going on where I wouldn't be able to touch on anything going on in Harpersfield. The orchards. Appleganza, we wouldn't have had Appleganza if we couldn't work with Robinson's. And now we can branch off and work with the other ones. So it definitely has grown. 2015 has been a lot better than 2014, and not in a bad way better, but people are hearing about it more. They'll see the summer savings, they'll like us on Facebook. We're very active on social media, and that's something that my generation is very into, so we're trying to push that more. So people that are on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter.
Snapchat?
No, I do it personally, but not for Connect. I'm only one person right now. I can't snap.
Yes, you are one.
Chat.
Yeah.
I am one right now. But we're working, maybe have an intern in the fall, so if you know of anyone that is in marketing events or social media, I'd love to get some young, blood on board and help us promote and be more active. So
you're still part-time though?
I am.
Yeah.
So I'm out here 3 days a week. And then I'm in Willoughby too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you have another job or something? You don't have to tell us, but...
Yeah, I do events and marketing with some restaurants out in the Willoughby area, so
I didn't know if you bag groceries or something, which is all right.
I bartend. I mean, I'm jack of all trades. I do bartend in Willoughby one night a week.
Andy, did you bring any booze in that you can bartend with?
I'm off the clock. I'd be drinking the booze, not bartending the booze. And then I work with some restaurants out there.
I had it on the news today, and I don't know what I did with the paper I had. I can look through the garbage here. But there was a website, and what's it called? I can't think what it's called. But anyway, they said that they were crunching numbers, and they had the top 10 worst cities in Ohio. And it dealt with things like population and income and homes and different things. And out of the top 10, the worst one was Youngstown.
Mm-hmm.
The 10th one was Conant. The 12th one, according to their numbers, was Geneva. And the 18th one was Ashtabula.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's something we gotta change.
I mean, and I don't know. For one thing, what was like they said they were crunching numbers, but the median income they had for Conant was, quote, not too good. So I don't know if you've got a bunch of numbers and you throw in not too good, how you're crunching those.
Right.
Maybe it's some kind of weird kind of algebra or something.
That doesn't seem to add up.
But that's what they came up with.
Huh. Well,
And I don't know, you know, they just made comments about the top 10.
right.
And from Connie, they had something about we have to put up with storms 6 months of the year because of Lake Erie. So it's kind of the first place like that where the lake was not looked at as
Right.
an asset, but as a detriment.
Right. Well, people need to take away from that negative and really look
Yeah.
at the positive, and that's one thing I really try to push, because there is nothing negative about what Connect 534 is or what we're doing. You know, it's a positive community events, marketing, pushing, just getting people out, the word out, what we're doing. And just like the lake, yes, there's negatives. I live in Willoughby and there's negatives about the lake, you know, you get that lake effect. But when we have beautiful days like today and beautiful weekends and people really appreciate it, the lodge is one of the top 20 resorts in all of the United States as a place to go. So you got to look at those positive things and put the negative behind you and just move forward, because there's so much that Ashtabula County or Northeast Ohio in general has to offer, and ignoring the not so good income
Well,
is silly, because there's no numbers in that, you know.
yeah. You said something about maybe sometime coming out Connie ways. You look at this as at some point branching out as to being something more than Geneva
I do.
area.
I see it. The issue right now is funding.
Yeah.
I'm part-time, and my goal would be to be full-time for whomever. If it's myself, or down the road 5 years from now, someone else takes it over. But you don't want to get yourself in too deep. Right now, where we're at, I think we're really focusing on those 4 different areas. To branch out would be great, but I don't want to kill myself for doing it. You know what I mean? I
Be a lousy
wanna-
job,
Yeah.
spreading yourself out too much.
Right, too thin. So the goal is to just stay where we're at, maybe branch off in 2016 to a couple of different communities, do that for a year, build on it, see where we can go moving forward, and then same thing in 2017. And just be like a slow process, but 5 years from now we'll look back at this, you know, meeting and say, wow, we've come a long way.
Yeah.
It can't happen in
Right, but you said you've come quite a ways since last year.
Yeah, I mean, even just beginning very small, and then Geneva on the Lake was open, and then Harpersfield jumped on board. I mean, at first we didn't have Geneva on the Lake because they weren't open. I mean, we could promote it, but you know, it's just more of a build-up. And now that we have businesses on board, and then we get Harpersfield, it's really stretching out, and it's great. You know, people are interacting with what we're doing, and vice versa. So the goal would be to get as many as we can, and then I'll have a staff, and it'll be fun, and we'll have a team. And I'm not maybe focused on Conneaut, but my partner over here, she's out there 3 days a week, and we really can interact with the whole county, or and maybe even more. You never know, but there is a vision there. It's just how we're gonna get there, because right now it's 3 days a week, and we have 4 communities involved, and it's a lot. But there's the potential's there.
It is 4 communities that are used to working together. They've got
Right.
the 3 jet agreements.
Right.
Joint economic development for different things. They got Spire out there, and got sewers and industries and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So they know how to work together, and it's just I'm like sort of the face for building that, you know, in a marketing way.
As Jim Pearson said, in Conneaut, there's an advantage here is that if you get off of Route 7 and you go to the lake, it is all in Conneaut. So, I mean, you don't have to worry about different subdivisions or anything.
Right.
We should be getting our act together here.
Yeah. So I mean,
Marketing and all.
Yeah. And I've actually run into several people who are from Conneaut and say, wow, we need this out here. And maybe there's a spin on doing, and maybe it's not my position, but maybe you guys could build your own and we work, you know, there's different avenues we can go with it. We're trying to nail that down.
But they could call you and say, hey, Sarah, we want to copy what you were doing somehow.
Right. Well, actually, we're meeting with Cleveland next week to talk about how they do what they do, you know, Destination Cleveland. It's, you know, how are you marketing your area? We want to do what you do. So Conneaut could call us and say, hey, how are you doing what you're doing? You know, how did you get all the businesses to, you know, support what you're doing? And then we just kind of build. And the big thing is about moving in a positive
Right.
direction and getting as many businesses and faces and schools and
People involved.
right, absolutely.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Sarah Bales from Connect 534, which goes from Harpersfield all the way to the strip in Geneva on the Lake.
Correct. State Route 534.
And I will tell you, and I mentioned this, I think, when the Harpersfield trustees, I'm in a biking group, and one of the cool ones is we start in Geneva State Park and we go around the lodge. That's fun.
Yeah.
Except it only takes about 3 minutes to do that.
Right.
But our last one of the year is in September, and we usually have them on Tuesday nights, but we have one on Saturday morning. We go all around Harpersfield, smell the grapevines and all of that stuff, and then we eat at Ferrante's afterward.
Eat
and that's
and
like,
drink some wine.
and we drink some wine.
There
yes.
we go.
Sweaty bicyclists, and we drink wine.
That's fun though.
It is. Thanks for stopping in.
Thank you for having me.